Hello and welcome back to a Catastic Sunday Funday. Yes, the kitty is here. She's waiting to make her presence be known. Or she might be letting her intentions be known. I don't know. I haven't asked her recently. This is off to a wonderful start. But yes, I saw the girl on the train. I do have to remember there's a "the" in front of the girl.
You saw it? I did.
Yeah, she unfortunately had to work today.
I had to deal with dumbasses all day.
Yeah, she got to deal with retail.
Yeah.
Some people
asking me. Never mind.
It's a whole convoluted bunch of idioticness.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
he's probably gonna have to cut it out anyway. So.
Yeah, and honestly, to talk about the girl on the train, that's a good way to describe this movie. It's a convoluted stupidity.
Boring.
Ball of dumb with dumb and dumb and dumb. And God, this movie was terrible. Ugh. Yeah, long and short, the girl on the train is not worth watching. And it's bad because this is only coming out simply because we have a slew of new movies now coming out. They're hard R, pretty much based on novel dramas. As you can see with like Gone Girl, Girl with Dragon Tattoo for a lesser, example of it. Even though Girl with Dragon Tattoo was a commercial flop, it was a critical darling, and I totally wholeheartedly agree with it. Girl with Dragon Tattoo is one of the best movies of all time. Mm-hmm. No joke. Well, the American one. I haven't seen the Swedish version. That's because I'm American. I'm going to watch English. Mm-hmm. I don't want to lean on her tail. But I have not read this book. I have read Gone Girl, which really I think is the big one that started this trend of harder R based on a novel. Woman power movies, I guess is what they could be considered. Because in this movie, we actually have three main characters. Rachel, who is in this movie played by Emily Blunt. Why she has an English accent, I don't know. They could have just tried to ask her, "Hey, can you do an American accent?" Or if not, have somebody who does not have an accent do this.
Well, she knew an American accent just fine. Yeah,
so that's the reason why I wonder why she has an English accent throughout this movie. Except for like one point when she's like, when she's talking to some guy that he has a Spanish accent, it's like, and so do you. I guess we need that one line in there. And she has an American sister too. Doesn't sound the least bit British, so it's like, why is that there? Mm-hmm. But you have Emily Blunt. You also have this other lady, her name is Anna. I do not know where in the hell I've seen this lady, and I'm pretty sure she's been in a few movies recently.
There goes Kitty.
Yeah, Kitty left. But she's still like right here. It's why I'm moving my arm around for her. I can't place her. I have seen her in other things, but she's kind of wallpaper. Every movie she's in, she's not terrible, but she's just passable.
Just there.
Yeah, she is a piece of furniture. There's no reason she needs to exist in this movie except for just to be there.
That's nice.
Yeah, the cat's cleaning herself now. But then there is this last lady. Her name is Megan. It's not this Megan. She is the same, or she's played by the same actress as the female who recruits all the cowboys and cowgirls, actually, so just cowboys, in Magnificent Seven. Same, I guess, widow now in Magnificent Seven. I don't know the actress's name. And she's good for what she's supposed to do. Just, that's the issue with this movie. There's not really anything to it. It's a 2-hour-long drag of a poor episode of Brothers and Sisters. And it's not memorable. It's like right now, even though I'm still fuming at this movie because this was one of the most boring sits I've had in a while, and I had to sit through Blair Witch. I had to sit through Ghostbusters. I fucking had to sit through Batman v Superman. So, saying this is one of the most boring films I've watched this year is saying a huge, huge deal. And it's strange that there's nothing going on throughout this entire film. It feels like you're just watching stupid people being assholes for the sake of being assholes, and honestly none of it really matters. There is a twist they want to act like at the end of the film, but it's as blatant as you could expect. If you have seen the trailers for this movie and taken a decent stab, like, I think this person did it, you're probably right. If you are above, drooling stage, you can probably guess who the killer is in this movie. Because that's also the thing. It tries to make it like it's a bit of a mystery whether or not if Megan, who ends up going missing early on in the movie, they try to make...
Right here.
Yeah, she's right here. I found her. Duh. Movie's done. But they try to make a big deal about her being missing, and then it's like, oh, well, actually, she's dead. And they try to act like this is a big twist. It's like, y'all kind of ruined it. As far as I remember with Gone Girl, the movie didn't ruin the twist. It didn't ruin the twist of the book, which was still a fabulous twist. I still did not see it quite coming. Not as abrupt as it seemed like. And a cat is laughing on my hand now. She's like, hello.
Let's see. So your fingers getting loved on by Kitty.
Yeah, because they're hanging out there. So she's like, you gotta scratch my chin. But there is no real twist to this movie. What you would think would happen... Oh, she tried to jump and missed. But what you would think is going to happen in this movie is exactly what happens in this movie.
Surprisingly, he's not giving anything away, really.
Yeah. It's
not
like...
spoiling it.
Yeah, I don't really want to spoil it because it is a mystery with huge quotation marks around it. And I guess we're supposed to have a lot of character, but really the only character they focus a lot on is Rachel, who's really nothing to her. She's an alcoholic. That's it. That's all there is to her character. There's more in Megan. She gets a decent amount of characterization. The cat's doing something. She's moving the entire bed behind her. But Megan gets some kind of characterization. And honestly, it's like, okay, well, that kind of redeems her for kind of coming off as a mega bitch, but But it never really explains why she's such a bitch. I mean, we can understand why she's a little cold, but she's not doing it as like she's cold. She's doing it like she's just a bitch. Like somebody who's cold and, kind of detached from the world would be a little bit closer to, say, what Dr. Manhattan was in the Watchmen movies. He's very cold. He's very detached. Yeah. This is just somebody who's just a dill hole. But other than that, like I said, Anna has no arc. She is just there to go. Mm-hmm. She has no point to be in this movie. Anna being here doesn't add anything to this film by the end of it all. In fact, I sat there going, I think she had about 12 lines throughout this entire movie. Maybe there was more. Maybe there was actually an arc in the book. I know some people are like, well, the book was better, blah, blah, blah.
I was like, don't ask me, I didn't see it.
Yeah, or anything about the book. It's like, but this movie should be able to stand on its own. Gone Girl stood on its own without having to be just like the book. And it actually really, really worked in Gone Girl. Gone Girl's a fantastic movie. This movie isn't. The girl on the train is just kind of meh. And I think that's the issue. This is something that you've probably heard this kind of a story on Dateline or 48 Hours. You name a crime show about somebody doing something because they're jealous or they're angry about this. Yeah. or anything like that, you have probably seen this story. And that's a problem. We've seen this before. Since it is something we've seen so many times, we can guess what's going to happen. And if the characters aren't interesting, which they really aren't, we're not going to care. And not only that, but the killer in this movie, he is like diabolically evil. Like it's...
Well, you just reveal the gender of the...
Yeah, well, it's a guy. But you kind of guess it's a guy the whole time. Just to tell you that much. There's a few guys that kind of presents. There's a few red herrings. Oh, and the guy from Dracula Untold that played Dracula, he's in this movie.
Luke Evans.
Yeah, he's actually probably the best part of this movie simply because you can understand his character a lot. Even though he's just there to kind of be there and then go.
You got a kitty.
Yeah. But the actual killer of this movie, he just diabolically twirling mustache.
So you feel like you should have a mustache, you should be twirling.
Yeah, just next I'm going to put you on the train tracks and tie you to here ain't the knippins. I don't know. It's so goofy how evil he is. And because of that, there's certain things and certain characters around him, when they see him being evil...
He's cartoony in his villainy.
Yeah, and people just kind of okie dokie.
Yeah, because it sounds like you're really describing someone who's evil, just really a cartoony kind of villain.
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like, with Gone Girl, she doesn't seem... Well, I'm giving away Gone Girl, but oh well, fuck you. It's like a 3-year-old movie. If you haven't seen Gone Girl by now, go fucking see it. It's an awesome movie.
I think like the book has been out for a while. The movie, as you just said,
yeah,
has been out for a while. It's like everyone knows the twist.
Yeah, that the lady actually faked her own death to frame her husband because she's getting back at him for cheating on her.
Yeah, because she's psychotic.
Yeah,
I have not seen the movie all the way through, and I know the twist.
Yeah, but she's really, really good at her psychoticness. It helps that the actress does a really damn fine job at it. Because her facial expressions, her, that's the word I'm looking for, but how she says things, it really works. In Gone Girl, with this lady saying stuff.
Yeah, one minute she is a victim, you can almost believe what she says. The next minute it's like, yeah, she's just a cold-hearted bitch. Like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, she's evil. But it's never cartoony. It always seems like somebody... It's like...
Psycho.
Yeah, it's the perfect kind of killer we like in our movies. We want a three-dimensional character who's almost sympathetic in their own way. You can almost understand her, but you can't get behind her completely. You can understand, but not get behind.
I don't think I can completely understand seeing how she's a sociopath.
Yeah, but still, you can almost at least understand. The killer's just... I do it because I'm evil.
There's reasons.
Yeah, there's never a reason for him to do what he's doing. I mean, they're trying this just makes him a dickhead. He's just a major dick. And we've seen this kind of behavior before. It's part of my issues I had with Magnificent Seven, that the main bad guy kind of wasn't that interesting. Even though he was very intimidating, he just wasn't that interesting.
Yeah. It helps they didn't really spend a whole lot of time on him.
Yeah. More
just on the seven themselves.
Yeah. But here, this guy is in this movie a lot, and honestly, it's... ugh. And that's a problem. You can't have the killer in there so much, and pretty much... Oh, hey, now he's suddenly really evil and he does super evil things and everybody's just okay and nobody does anything about this? Okay. That's weird. I don't know. I don't want to try and spoil this movie, not because, like I said, not because I want you to go out there and see it and see for yourself how horrible it is. Because I would say, don't see this movie. It's not worth seeing in theaters because it's 2 hours long and it feels all of its 2 hours. It's like Batman v Superman, that it felt every minute of its 2.5 hours. And I swear, Batman v Superman, there was a lot of time I was like, oh my god, please finish. It's like you could have ended this movie like an hour ago and you didn't. This movie is the exact same damn way. It feels like there is so much padding that doesn't ever add to any of this. There's no substance here. It's just a lot of fluff, and fluff. Because honestly, the story is done with by the last 10 minutes. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? It's like, why did we go through, why is this happening? And that's the problem. You can't have a story where you feel like, well, you could probably pare this down into a decent episode of a show. Ugh. So, yeah.
What would you rate it?
Rating this movie is hard because there is actually at least good acting. I will say that much. Well, beyond Anna, who, again, I'm sorry, I can't remember the actress's name, who she has zero anything to do except for just gawk. That's all she does, gawk throughout the entire movie. And it's like, what they're given, they do a good job, but it's like the acting is so bogged down by a very tedious story and such poor execution. And again, it does not help this movie feels like it's trying to be Gone Girl. Too much of my like, okay, well, this is trying to go for shock and awe with certain things. Hell, how the killer is killed at the end of the movie. Surprise, the killer dies.
Yeah, just even from the trailer, it had kind of a Gone Girl kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it looked exactly like Gone Girl was. I mean, well, okay, that's weird. But in Gone Girl, how she kind of gets away is she uses I believe it was something to do with how you open wine bottles, and she slit his throat with it. The guy at the end, maybe Doogie Howser.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah. In this, they kill the killer with a wine cork opener or wine corker. I'm like, seriously, you were trying to be Gone Girl. You were trying so hard to be Gone Girl, and you're failing at it so bad. Because Gone Girl had characters. You just kind of have stereotypes. And that's the thing. A lot of this is just stereotypes. And just, again, too much like Gone Girl to the point where I feel less like, oh, it's homaging it, and it's just ripping it off. Especially in its
like
look.
Really bad deja vu.
Yeah, it's like, oh, God, this feels a little too familiar. So, if I'm going to be honest, I give this a 1. Even the good acting doesn't even save it.
Isn't enough to save it.
Yeah, because it's just good. It's never great. It's never
Not
fantastic.
Even decent, like Miss Peregrine.
Yeah, Miss Peregrine, biggest problem was just that it was very mediocre because it had such a slow build. That's no thanks to the book, because the first book was just nothing for out. Till like the last 20 minutes. The first 50 pages, awesome. Last 20 pages, pretty good. Everything in between, I don't know what the fuck to care about any of this. But that's the writer's issue and all that. The movie really, that's kind of it has to follow it. Otherwise people are going to get pissy. But yeah, this one, like I said, there's some acting that's good, but none of it is ever astonishing. None of it is anything you're going to remember. And that's the thing, this is also a fairly unremarkable movie. Like, I will even right now probably have trouble remembering certain things, except for the things that piss me off. And that's the thing, there's a lot of this, I was in the mood just...
Trying not to fall asleep.
Yeah, I was trying hard not to fall asleep. And it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm, like, barely staying awake, because this movie's painfully dull. And, again, it just does not help. This is not an interesting story. There's just nothing there. Gone Girl was interesting. It was a very cool whodunit. Especially since Gone Girl felt really snappy, really great with its dialogue and everything. Helped it was directed by one of the best currently working directors, David Fincher. David Fincher's awesome. I will go watch a movie he does, regardless of what exactly it's about or anything. So, yeah, the girl in the train can just keep on chugging. Don't fucking bother. You will not miss anything if you don't see this in theaters. It's not a good movie. There's nothing you particularly need to see in theaters. I would say you don't need to watch this movie at all. It's not going to add anything. You're just like, okay, well, that was something, I guess. And by the end of it, you're going to forget you even watched it. But oh well. Now, I will say, I hope next week is not going to be the same thing, because I'm actually kind of looking forward to this movie. And as the accountant, because next week will be the accountant with Ben Affleck, I don't think anything else is going to come over it in terms of us going to see it instead. It just depends upon what our theater's doing. Like, we were going to go see Snowden instead of Blair Witch, but it's like, oh, here's 2 showings. My cat's bouncing around behind me. So, yeah.
Yeah, how boring, though, that you say that Girl on Train is. I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm much rather sit through that and deal with dumbasses all day.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah. Girl on Trains, fuck it. Just don't watch it. It's not worth a single ticket price. It's not worth pirating, even. Ugh. Just skip it. Move on to something better. Hell, I would even almost say this in technically terms is worse than Blair Witch, because at least Blair Witch was memorably terrible. This is just something I'm going to forget, but I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that piece of shit by the end of the year when we do our worst of lists. So hey, we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully this one will be with me, and we will be talking about the accountant, and hopefully I will not be so just because this October has not turned out so good so far.
Well, we had Miss Peregrine, which was decent.
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
bad.
I want good at least.
Yeah.
I want something good. I haven't had a good movie in a while. I think the last good movie was Blazing Saddles. No, wait, there was something in between that.
Yeah, that was,
Something I liked a lot. I can't remember what it was now. It's gonna bug me.
real memorable.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going back through my movies like, oh yeah, that movie. But to be fair, when you watch enough movies, you're gonna start blurring.
Just kind of blur together.
Yeah, like I've watched a movie every week since March. Well, whenever Superman vs. Batman came out.
Yeah.
I watch a movie every weekend in theaters. It's starting to all just become a jumbled mess. Doesn't help this thing, you know. It just kind of like recycles shit randomly. But yeah, I'll see y'all next week with the accountant. Hopefully this one will be with me and we can talk
I'm
about
here with you now. I'm just decoration.
Well, you can go with me to go see it because hopefully it's a good movie. Hopefully.
Yeah, it looks like it has potential. Yeah.
It has potential.
Has the potential to be good.
Yeah. We just need to see what... And also I love the trailers. Trailers tell me nothing about this movie, which I love. It's like, all I know is he's an accountant.
He's an accountant who's really an assassin or something.
Something like that. I don't think actually he works for assassins in the way. I don't know. But we'll...
Or something. Like, it's kind of... It tells you just enough about the movie.
Yeah, just know that intrigues you. A lot of mystery, and I love that.
It's like I said, it has potential.
Yeah, so... Hey, we'll see y'all next week. And until then, I'll see y'all later. Don't ride the trains.
Toodaloo.